This is Australia.
G'day, thanks for joining us here for another episode of the Grey Man Podcast. I'm your host, Harley Fox. Today on the show, I'm joined by a man that is a definition of resilience. Justin Donnelly spent almost 2 decades as a Special Forces operator in the Australian Army. Since leaving the Army, he has worked as a private contractor over in the UAE. On one of those private contracting gigs, his life took a serious turn when he had a motorcycle accident that almost took him out. Since then, he has rebuilt himself and come a long way to become the man he is today. His story is nothing short of inspirational. I really enjoyed learning about Justin today, and I hope you guys enjoy the podcast as well. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and help the channel grow. Peace. All right.
Radio.
Chad here, welcome, mate. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
No worries. A mutual friend, Andy Fermo,
Mr. Fermo,
shot me a text and told me you had a great story, which I kind of already knew because I've met you before at Mates for Mates.
Many moons ago.
The old ESO. Do you go there? Do you go have anything to do with them anymore?
No, not really, mate. No, it's just
That's fair.
yes.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Yes, they
It worked though. It was actually because that was the place when I was in Milton. Like it did really well for me.
Yeah. No, I went through a period where it was amazing, dude. Like when I did my university placement there, obviously, because that's when I met you first.
Oh, that's right.
And then I wanted to work there, so I was like, I was on their backs. Like as soon as I graduated, I was like, give me a job. And then I loved it, working there for the first probably 18 months. So I was there for 3 years, and I reckon the first half was awesome, and then the second half was not.
Yeah, well, I think it comes down to funding as well, because, I was blessed once again, like we had the chance to go to New Zealand. We did cycling, like mountain biking.
Oh, yeah.
Did the,
Oh, back in the early mates days.
Yeah, mate. And then did the equine therapy.
Yep.
Again, amazing. And again, these are the things, because literally I was like 27, it was my accident. And so literally I was
17.
Yeah, 17 was my accident. And so I spent almost 2 years in rehab.
Yeah.
And so, then I moved into Milton from like Cleveland when I was in the rehab joints. So I moved to Milton and therefore that was the mates was right there. So I was like, wow. So literally where I was living was just around the corner to Mates for Mates. And there was the shop, the Toolong Village.
Yep.
So it all matched. It worked for me because obviously I didn't have a car, didn't have a license.
Yeah.
So it worked for me for that period of time.
Yeah,
but then, as you know, things have evolved now, and now we're at Everton Park.
Stafford, yeah.
Sorry, mate, yeah. So then, but now it's this, the dynamic now has changed completely.
So different.
Because it's like, what's the other joint? There's the
Open Arms.
Open Arms thing.
And RSL Queensland.
Yeah, bingo. So therefore, the dynamic has changed.
Yeah, it's not that casual.
It's political.
Yeah.
It's political.
It's more corporate. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that friendly drop in.
No.
Everyone's mates. Mates for mates.
Exactly right. So I remember I went in a couple of times, and that's when I sort of had a bit of a moment, a bit of a wig out. Because I went in there, and they went, "Do you have an appointment?" And I went, "No, I just went from like the dock, and I thought I'd just pop in and say good day to everyone."
Had the new one.
Yeah. And I'm like going, and they went, and there's like it's like security there. I'm going, but you don't have an appointment. And I went, do I need an appointment? I'm like, just going in to catch up with everyone and have a yarn and maybe a brew and whatever. And they're going, you need to sign this form and this. And I went, are you kidding me? So I'm like, right, I'll do it once. And therefore pull the pin.
Yeah. I spoke to some other veterans. I haven't really talked about it much. I don't like to bag on ESOs too much because, they do help a lot of people in a lot of ways, even if they don't help everybody. But yeah, I've spoken to a couple of people that used to be part of that, the group that we always had around, and they were like, I just had to stop because it was getting too negative.
Yeah.
It stopped being that fun, happy-go-lucky place and more about, how can we bill veterans more and do this more and cutting away all the programs and...
Yeah, because it's now, because it's all about, it's like rehabilitation place. This is what
It's more of a clinic now. They're trying to make it like a go-to health 2.0.
Bingo. And so a few times when I went there, then people are just like, again, doing the well as me, in a sense. Like I can understand it a bit because we're there for a reason. However, sometimes I'm like going, that's too much negative energy for me.
Yeah.
I'm like going,
I'm
dealing with enough in my head already, not with bouncing with everybody else's like issues. And so like I'm going, okay. Because it's supposed to be like a little social connection where, you know, there was a barbecue on, there were social events like, you know, the cycling and everything else. But obviously it's all just...
Yeah, all the good stuff. Yeah, well, that's it. Like from that 2017 when you would have started, or 2018 through to 2022, that was like some of the best years. Like it was that positive energy. It was you going there and people were laughing and having a good time and had all the different stuff going on. So you'd be doing something and another group's doing something else and you'd come in and have a brew afterwards. Yeah, it was good. It's a shame.
It is a shame.
Anyway, whatever they're doing.
Inshallah.
God wills it. It shall be. Yeah, cool, man. So yeah, we met back then, and your accident. I guess we'll get into that at some point. But
sure.
What was life like for young Justin? Where'd you grow up?
Adelaide, good old Adelaide.
Radelaide.
Good old Adelaide.
City of churches.
Yes, the city of churches. Yes, and good wineries.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't have got into so many of those when you were a kid. How old are you now?
Almost 50.
Oh, yeah.
Half a century almost.
Looking good, mate.
Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
You moisturise?
Always. It depends on the moisturiser you're using.
They grew up almost 50. You're a Gen Xer.
Am I?
What was life growing up?
Am I a Gen X? Am I? I think Gen X, Gen X wide. Now there's like apostrophes and there's numbers now. I don't know.
No, that's fucking, that's a sexuality.
the new Gen X, Y, W, N, M, I, Z, fucking apostrophe.
No, Gen X.
114.
Gen X has stayed the same. That's fucking gender identity you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're a male Gen Xer.
Oh, fuck me, mate.
So anyway.
So anyway, Radelaide, yes? Talk about Radelaide. So
back in the 70s and 80s, how was that?
Well, in my 70s, I was just here. 1976. And then Mummy and Daddy were all freaking living in Adelaide. And then Mummy and Daddy decided to move up to Darwin.
Oh, yeah.
So me and my brother, Sean. So we went classic, you know. This is the traditional kind of old school back in the fucking early, like in the late 70s, early 80s, was on the bus, and we drove the bus all the way from Adelaide to Darwin.
Oh, did you?
I do. But anyway, so I grew up in Darwin. Grew up in Darwin as a wee boy. Got to see, you know.
Was that still a military
there was
dominated town back then?
Yeah. And the US Army.
Yeah.
The Marine Corps.
Yeah. Was that what excited you in military flame?
No, just because my grandfather was in the army. So, you know, I didn't fully understand what really occurred from my pop until when I joined the army. And then I finally, because he was like, see, my granddad passed when I was about 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, you know, he didn't speak at all about the military, at all, nothing.
Yeah, same for me.
So the only reason why I worked it out was obviously, you know, with mum. And we're speaking with mum and grandma. And so I went, right, so what's the PM keys number? Because, you know, you open up a file from way back, you know, dust off. I'll get rid of all the dust in these files in Pop's house. Pulled it out, went, oh, righto. That's his like record of service along and everything else, whatever it was, back then. So got his PM keys number, searched it, went, bang, right, that's my pop. He was an engineer. Got captured by the Japanese. He was on boarding the Lisbon Maru. So the Lisbon Maru is a story behind that as well. Is that because it was a cargo ship. So anyway, the US decided there's a sub, right? was a bunch of like aircraft. Sorry, there was some aircraft and there was some shipping and everything else. But there was a sub. So what happened was, because the US decided or thought that maybe that cargo ship was full of like, well, it was captured, but there was like Japanese in there as well. But there was prisoners of war inside that ship. So then the US decided that must be an enemy like ship. So then they sunk it.
He was on it.
He was on it. So him and like thousands of others like passed them, died from it. But then there was a lot that actually survived. So then he came through, and then that's why he was now a prisoner of war.
Yeah, right.
So so I get vague information about like what my pop did, where he
How'd
was.
you do a PM search?
This is like years and years ago, like when I was in the army.
You're allowed to.
I just did some research and everything else. So
yeah, right. Should do that with my. Can you get somebody else's PM keys along from defence these days?
I don't know, mate. Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Secret straw, mate. But
You can get. I got those gongs. I just called up Defence Force Medals and said, "Oh, hey, my granddad's. This is his name. This is his period of service. Can I have his replicas?" And they send them to me.
Yeah, gold.
If anybody wants their family replicas, that's what you can do. Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to actually get mine. So it's perfect.
Nice. And you said you had a cool barbed wire one for a not cool event when he was a POW.
Yeah. It's a barbed
Building
wire.
train tracks.
Yeah, it's a barbed wire. Literally barbed wire.
Yeah, right.
So
That one, was that posthumously? After he died, they gave him that?
mate, to be quite honest, I can't. Probably yes. I'm assuming so, but I can't tell you off the top of my head. No.
Cool. So what, your mum and dad weren't military themselves?
No. My mum was just normal, general. She was like worked at Bunnings, and she worked at Bunnings. What her mum did. She was also in the younger years. She was keyboarding, like with people talking. Receptionist. Yeah. So she's like had those classy little keyboard thingies. She's just like. Yeah. Very, very old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's it. That's it. So, yeah, but my old man was a car salesman, so he's like him.
Oh, scumbag.
Oh, he was a massive kind of scumbag, yeah. Yes, that's what he was. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Well said. You can't put, there's no bullshit on that one either. That's a fact.
So what age did you have any jobs and stuff growing up, teenage years?
Yeah, I was when I decided my first little job was working with Pizza Hut. So I was making pizzas.
Oh yeah,
yeah, as a teenager. So I was making
Pizza Hut
pizzas.
was good back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like a proper restaurant. You go in there.
Yes, exactly
all you could eat nights and stuff.
Yeah,
that was some of my favourite memories as a kid.
Yeah. So,
kids parties. And stuff.
So I was making the pizzas, and then I managed to get my license. So then I started delivering the pizzas.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I was a pizza delivery dude from way back when I was a wee boy. So I was in between, and I was like,
where were you driving when you were delivering the pizzas?
It was a little super. No, it was a hang on.
Dado.
Bingo. That's in 180. 180. Bingo. Yep. Classic, mate.
Nice. Oh, Dado 180.
Yep. So then, classic, mate. So then, anyway, so, I was in between. So I was like, I was finalising high school, and then literally, I was literally putting in all the application stuff like that to join the army, or to join the military. So I went to recruiting in Adelaide, and you go to the panel like in Army, Navy, Air Force, and everyone's fluffing like you got the RAF dudes and the Navy dudes and the Army dudes are all fluffing it up, going, "Oh, you should do this and you should do this," as a young dig, like going, "Oh, okay." But I wanted to be a pilot, right? But then it worked out that I'm actually colourblind.
Oh yeah,
so I can't be a fighter pilot.
Me too.
So I was like, and then they've been, there's a list of all these jobs you can do. Like this is the RAF, and so there's bottle washers or mechanics or all this sort of stuff. Like all these different jobs, as you know. And I was going, I'm not going to be a chef or anything like that. I went, right, what military trying to army jobs are there in Adelaide? And then was like, oh, the 16th Air Defence Regiment. And I went, okay, what is 16th Air Defence Regiment? And they went, well, this is where you've got Rapier and RBS 70, and the job is to engage like enemy aircraft. And I went, sweet, sign me up. So that was my first job. Good old 16th Air Defence Regiment.
Air Defence Regiment.
Mm-hmm.
What's the actual job? Adji.
Well, this is the thing. See, this is where it's a big battle between, as in, don't call me Adji, mate. Don't call me that. That's want to be like RAF, like defence, mate. Don't call me Adji, mate. I'm coming for you.
You went army though, obviously.
Hey?
You went army though.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why it's called the 16th Air Defence Regiment.
Yeah.
But our job was mobile air defence.
Okay.
So you had like your, with your Rapier. Well, Rapier itself is like the manoeuvre to have a defensive position, whereas your RBS 70 was a launch, like a rocket, so you can launch out of there from the aircraft. So you can put yourself in a defensive position out into the field, whereas the Rapier itself is supposed to defend like the perimeter of like an air base.
Okay. How long were you doing that for?
Couple of years, so I got 3 years out of that, and then I went to Perth and did selection did Carter, and then I'd missed a couple of checkpoints, right? And so no movement at night, blah blah blah. And I'm like going, fuck's sake, I missed these fucking checkpoints. I'm like going, this is like going through, into the lucky dip, and I was like, going, fuck, loser. So anyway, I decided to sneaky peeky run around, maneuver a bit to try and find the next checkpoint. And obviously it's dark, don't move at night. So I fucking tripped over and sprayed me fucking ankle. Dickhead. So therefore, I was limping around, and then it's too late to get to the next checkpoint, right? So I'm limping around. And so then, they're recruiting everything else, and the righto, vehicles driving around. I said, oh, I'm limping around. I went, righto, what's happening? I said, I sprained myself. What happened? Oh, during the day, early in the morning.
Definitely when the sun was up.
Yeah, early in the morning, like I just fell over like a trip. So therefore, got me in the bus, took me back to, back to Perth itself, and then flew back home to Adelaide. And so, then I did, bit of rehab, and they said, you're good to go.
You were pretty fucking fit back then.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. Want to be, yeah. Sort of, kind of.
How old were you at this stage?
I was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22. And then...
Was it hard to get into SAS back then?
Yeah.
Were you was that like your goal from the start?
Yeah, well, yes, it was. Yes and no, actually. No, I didn't really notice too much about it. I just, I joined the army. So, but then, with the special forces thing and everything else, I didn't really sort of fully understand the whole thing. But moving forward, I was like, oh, righto, special forces. Well, it was only SAS. There was no commandos. Obviously the commando stuff was like World War I or World War II, and all sort of jazz from way back. So everything gets smashed for a while. The government can save some money.
Yeah.
So anyway, got back, did the rehab, good to go, and then I got an email, correspondence from like the SAS lot, and they said, "Oh, recruiting, we'll bring you back. We can go again." I said, "All right." But then I got more information saying, "Oh, but we're trying to create a new unit on the East Coast, not the West Coast." And I went, "Okay, cool. Well, these are attributes based on like advanced infantry, like commando attributes, blah, blah, blah." And I went, "Oh, okay." So I went back, did another selection where it was interesting because it was like literally, it was like, if you want to be SAS, you shifted that way. And so otherwise you turn, if you want to be a commando, you go to the right and finish off. So anyway, so that's what I ended up doing. So in the other instance, telling you, these are your attributes. This is what you're good at. This is what you should do. So I'm more like in that team-orientated kind of a dude. So they said, "Oh, well, think about commando stuff." And I went, "Right." So did that. And therefore it was 4-hour commando. So I was like probably one of the originals.
Yeah, right.
The OG.
What year was that? Was it one commando that first kicked off?
No, it was Fly Hour Commando.
Yeah, okay.
So that's where it started. Until they go, because it was only like it was Alpha Company, and then they had Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie companies. So to expand that,
So it was all commandos, and 4AR was a commando regiment.
Well, it was, so therefore, it was 4AR Commando, and until you had your ability for like jumping, like say air, land, and sea.
Okay.
So
different companies were doing different things.
Well, not really. No. Well, there was in the end,
and everything.
But the thing is that to create the unit to what it is now. So remember, it was an advanced infantry unit for our commando. So then they wanted to add on the jumping and then also the maritime, amphibious stuff. So once you combine all those together, then you become a commando.
Mm-hmm. Nice. For those that don't understand it, I feel like you might understand it better than most. My understanding of SAS versus commando is more of the
strike.
Yeah, strike the tip of the spear, whereas SAS are more of the counter-terrorism sort of surveillance,
information,
intel sort of stuff.
Intel.
Would that be a good summary?
Yes, it was, but things have changed quite dramatically now.
Oh, yeah.
So it's almost like SAS versus commandos, and it's like SAS War is better. So, but it's the task. The task is the task, isn't it? At the end of the day, So I hear, I get the same rubbish all the time about, oh, you just commando, whatever. I'm like, sure.
Just a commando.
I'm like, sure. Okay, sure. Not saying it's not SAS. It's not SAS. I'm like, oh, I know.
And did you spend the rest of your career?
As a doe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you in for?
I got out in 2015.
When did you get in? 90s?
Yeah. So it was like 18 years full time, and then 3 years as a reservist.
Fucking stint and a half.
Sorry to interrupt, but when you're operating on the edge, whether it's outfield or behind the mic, focus isn't a luxury, it's a requirement. That's why we're fueled by Sleepy Reaper coffee. This isn't your average supermarket blend. Sleepy Reaper is small batch roasted for those who appreciate a bold, smooth profile without the bitter aftertaste. It's high altitude energy designed to keep you sharp when the days get long. From their signature dark roast to their heavy hitting espresso blends, they've mastered the art of the wake up call. It's the official fuel of the Grey Man podcast, and it's how I stay locked in for every episode. Head over to sleepyreaper.com.au and use the code GREYMAN, GREYMAN, at checkout to grab a bag. Stay sharp, stay caffeinated. Now back to the show.
What was the tempo like when you were at 4AR, RAR? Just anything going on, or was it just training?
It was training up until, and then we had East Timor kick in.
Yeah.
So that was the first mission that we ended up doing. So again, like it was labelled as 4AR Commando.
Yeah.
So East Timor was the first job that we ever did.
Were you the first ones over there?
Yeah, with the SAS boys. So in Dili, and
so pretty volatile.
That was
first thing.
That was fucking messy as, man. Just people just getting macheted, mate.
Yeah.
Just chopped up. I was like,
Not many people realise the seriousness of East Timor, eh?
No, not at all. Because the Indos, mate, they were just marching through.
Mm.
So again, as you know, the rules of engagement for that mission was peacekeeping mission.
Yeah.
So the rules of engagement was literally until someone shot at us.
Yeah.
And then we could engage. But then when we were getting shot at, we had to call higher. Hello. Excuse me, Canberra.
We're shooting at us.
Excuse me, Canberra. Excuse me. We're getting shot at. Do you mind if we engage, please?
That's how fucked up that was, mate. Peacekeeping missions. So, but it was a learning experience as well. Like, for the battalion the way, it started like in that sort of phase. So then you're trying to get all the boys to then like go, right, understand the whole team, like attributes and the tasks and the missions and everything else and what you're trying to do. So everyone's like, it's all linked together now. Everybody's like becoming a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Because now you got a mission.
Yeah, finding your feet in the actual job.
Yeah. And then obviously, as we know, like it was literally only a couple of years later, the Twin Towers went kaboom.
Mm.
So then it was like going, ooh,
What was that like when you saw that on TV?
fucking, I was like going, war's on, let's go.
Jobs on, boys.
Job's on. That's all. Job's on. And then it was Iraq and then obviously the GAN. So I was like, right up, job's on, let's go.
Yeah, you knew you were going.
So then it was like, again, so that gives you that motivation to be going, I need to be stronger and faster than the fucking enemy.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset that you just indoctrinated to that to now going, let's not fuck around now.
Need to double down on training.
We are about to go to war. Rightio. Let's start fucking training properly and fight hard.
And how long was it from that day, September 11, until you actually went over there?
A couple of years was like, yeah, so the early phase. And then so that was the original phase. It was going in and orientation of where, obviously the base. And then to understand obviously the terrain.
Yeah.
First things first, understand the terrain and then working out what the enemy actually do.
Mm.
So that was a wake up call as well because we're just the the open vehicles and everything else on patrol.
Were you over there setting up the fobs and stuff?
Yeah, parts of So obviously we were getting lit up as well once they worked out exactly who we were. Old Taliban. And then after that, because we'll get lit up pretty hard, and then so obviously then government must have woken up and gone, there's RPGs and there's IEDs, so these open vehicles probably don't work the best. So maybe government says, maybe we should go get some armoured vehicles now. So then they started building the armoured vehicles.
The bushies.
The bushies, yeah. So,
saved a lot of lives.
it did, mate. Yeah. So I remember there was almost the original, the basic ones were just a small, the flat, and then they finally worked it out after a couple of strikes. They went,
V-hull.
we need a V-shaped hull, and they work really well.
Yeah, fuck, I've had at least 5 dudes on here that have been in one of those
Boom.
IEDs.
Yeah, that's why my back's pretty much fucked now.
Yeah, you're in one?
Yeah, got lit up.
Yeah.
Fucking boom. Wakey, wakey.
Inside or in the hatch?
Yeah,
Or
inside, yeah.
hit the roof?
Yeah, it's just boom, yep. There's your rifle, bang. So I get smacked in the forehead with your fucking gun, just go bang.
What happened from there? Was it full contact or was it just a random IED on a pressure one?
That was the pressure one, but then obviously after that, there was that's where the Taliban went. Like, thank you very much for coming. So it was like a wake-up call.
Thanks for showing us where you are.
Yeah, cheers, thank you, righto. Get out, start fighting through.
Yeah. Was that your first big contact?
Yeah, one of the big ones. And then obviously after that, then there was then there was, a couple of good different little strikes and stuff like that. But then obviously then we had the classic, there was the Shawali Cot battle, which we got awarded that battle honour.
Right.
So I was part of that bad boy. That was like a 10-day fight.
Yeah, right.
In, out, refuel, rearm, so it was just non-stop. Go.
Yeah. You were friends with a lot of the SAS boys? Did you work together a lot and commingle? Or is it fucking like the fucking Rebels versus Hell's Angels where you kind of work together but rivalry?
That would be exactly the right response.
Fuck those guys.
It comes down to it's the thing as well, mate, isn't it? Okay. I know you got, the Deuce and the West are freaking too cool for school sometimes, but then you got some good lads as well. We caught up with because you got, there's the mess, on the base but then again, that's right. Sorry. The SAS had their own little bar, their own little pocket. Sneaky peeky. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me where
They
I
don't
am.
like to mingle with the plebs.
Don't tell me where I am. Yeah, that's right. So, but anyway, that is what that is like. So, inshallah again. Who gives a fuck? Inshallah. So,
we were talking before about Andy Fermo. You showed me a funny photo of him. Fucking DJing over in the game. I'll chuck the photo up and send it to me after.
Yeah, nice. You will.
I asked him this question When that first big contact happened and you're like, fuck, this is real now. What was that feeling like, sort of going back when you're harbouring up or going back into the green zone where you're like, what's the come down like after that first thing that made it all real?
That's the thing. That's a good question. I do recall, like, mentally and physically freaking exhausted, right, from that big battle. But I knew that when we got back to base, it was like I knew we were going to have a couple more days left of, like, to just relax a bit. But at the same time, I'm like, right, yeah, this is it. Like, this is only the beginning of. There's more to come. Like, so you need to rest, recover, and then because you just literally just put yourself into that fight mode. Like, nothing else matters.
Yeah, tunnel vision sort of thing.
Tunnel vision, man. Like, just shut down everything else. Family, the whole lot. Like,
emotions are
fucking everything's just
in the backseat.
There it is. It's just, radio. I need to find where's the target. Where's the next target? So, for me, like this bunch of other lads, probably the same, mindset as well. But for me, I was just like, became fucking completely narrow-minded. And I'm like, where the fuck is the Taliban? Where are these fucking motherfuckers? Right. Where's the next strike? What are they going to do? Where, how they're going to, like, counteract us and everything else. So it's like working out, like, your big maps. This is where we need to travel. Where have they been? Where have they been? Rightio. Orientate that. So, yeah, it was a matter of just, that's the task. That's what you need to worry about now. And we've got to look after the left, we've got to look after the right, and someone from the rear. Look after the boys, and let's go. Yeah. Let's fly through.
And how long were you in country for?
All up, like it was like, was it like almost 8 months? 8 months? 8 months, was it? Yeah.
And when you, I've just thought of a question I haven't really asked anyone before. When you come home from that first 8 months of constant ticks and fucking, that high alert, super tunnel focused, fucking jobs on, what's it like walking through Westfield for the first time back here? Like,
yeah, it's still the same now. Like, you react like there's someone moving around. Like, I still freak out. Like, it's like, whoa. When someone's like,
moving a bit too fast or a bit irregular.
Yeah. But obviously, we're going back to, like, when I got back from, my trips. Well, the joys of, like, where I was living down at Cronulla, down at the coast with the rest of the boys.
Oh, yeah.
There's the pub, good to go. So it was like to decompress, we're at the pub down at the Nulla, So, and then obviously you got, I missed at the time, like Deb was there. So, and then the rest of the, other wives and everything else were all there. So, where are we going with this?
What was it like integrating back into?
Well, that's the thing. You don't really.
Because you keep yourself isolated, insulated in that environment with the boys?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Yeah. But then, you sort of like, I guess they work it out after a while because obviously, the first trip was like, no, it was all right in a sense, but the second one was like freaking pretty high end. It was like just these are the buildings we've got a breach to,
back in Afghan.
Yeah. So therefore, it's like this. When you get back as well, it's like trying to then decompress yourself in your mindset, right? But then it's hard because that we haven't finished the mission yet.
You got to go back.
You got to go back. So we haven't finished the mission yet. So then you're winding up going, well, I'm just going to put myself into fight mode. That's it. Because now I've got to keep training.
Yeah.
And then get ready to go back and fight again. And so therefore you isolate yourself. But just all it is my buddies, the unit. That's it. When it comes to wives and everybody else, friends, whatever, you're sort of like, okay, you're there, but you're not there.
How does that work for relationships?
It doesn't. It don't. But I do recall, my vague sort of memories were that I was getting ready to go back again, like I was in tag. I was rotating back out of tag and then going back to the unit to then go to deploy again. And we just had baby Jordan, right? So she was only about 3, I think it was, and I was going to get ready to deploy. And there's Deb, like, knocking on the, like, because we already lost a bunch of boys already. And so, like, Deb's just going, what are you doing? You don't have to be there. And I'm going, well, I do because that's my job. So in the end, Deb was like, really knocking on my door in the back of my head going, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Like, so therefore, because I was already like pretty cooked anyway, like my brain, had like some almost like, I don't know if it was PTSD there or not, but, obviously I was pretty lit up and I got blown up and, shot at a few times, whatever it was. So, it was me. But I guess Deb knowing that I was like pretty cooked and just freaking on fire all the time anyway. So she probably knew that Justin's like not doing really well. But obviously, the mission is the mission. But at the same time, that's the balance between, is it family first or is it the army?
Yeah.
So that's the balance.
Was there many people leaving, or was it?
Yeah, a few boys. Yeah, I think a few dudes.
Yeah,
rolled out. Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of what you're saying of choosing to be protecting the boys rather than looking after the family.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was so then Deb's like the solid conversations, I suppose, like on freaking when to discharge, and so therefore, because I already had like some serious medical record, like sort of medical issues with psych stuff and everything else, like, and they've been a bit broken already, like just parachuting accidents and the IED strikes from on my back was banged.
This is after the second deployment.
Yeah. So, but then parachuting was like standard jumping training. So cankles, brain. Sorry, they are cankles, mate. So I was jumping with the Malaysians actually. Like they were like tandem jumping. So it was us and the Malaysians, and we were jumping together. Peace, bitches. Tied up between me and
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the Malaysians, like parachute, we just tangled together, and I'm like going paralleling, like going, ooh, fuck me.
How high were you?
What was that? Probably around about, I think it was down about 6,000 feet.
How long have you got?
Fuck all, a few seconds. Like, not really, but a good, like, we'd tangled up already, so we were paralleling like that. And I was like going, right, we've got to jump the reserve, like, so I had to pop the one lead for other, get the main off, and then just fucking got the reserve out, pull that bad boy out just enough. Here comes the deck. Oof.
Oh, really?
Tuck and roll, but then broke my ankle.
What about your little Malay friend?
He was good to go.
He kept spiraling.
He's late. He's late.
Yeah.
So yeah, speed in, fucking parachute. Yay me.
That would have been a fucking scary few seconds.
Yeah.
Did it feel like an eternity?
Yeah. But fuck me, man. Like, sad news, just gone. Fucking SAS boys went down, man. Fucking so sad, man, eh? Young digs, man. And there's a warrant officer. He was a WO 2, actually, and he'd done almost 30 years.
Yeah, he's a parachute instructor.
Instructor, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So again, they got tangled together.
Oh, is that what
I think they got tangled.
Yeah, right.
So they speared in.
But yeah, the other guy survived, obviously.
I don't think so. Yeah. So yeah, fucking sad news, man.
Yeah, brutal. Sorry to hear that. We'll put up a little photo for rest in peace, brother.
Yeah. But again, this is the military, and this is what we do.
Yeah. People don't really understand that with even people that don't deploy don't get as much sort of respect as people that do. But you still, if you deploy or not, you're still fucking training. You're doing exactly the same job.
Exactly.
You're just not having bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
Shot at you.
Well, just not long. Was it like last year as well? We did like the training was up in the trucks and they collapsed. speared in.
Oh, mate,
Lost.
fucking rollovers happen all the time.
Well, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah. So again, that
We
happened.
lose
Just
a lot of boys in training.
training. Yeah. Yeah, we lost a few dudes actually, our boys.
Yeah, I was talking to someone fucking last year on the pod about they were going to, I think it might have been Rod Henderson. Yeah, it is. Rod Henderson, the guy that wrote Stop Screaming, I'm Scared Too, the book. He works at the Australian War Memorial and he wants to make a memorial for all those that have died in training accidents. Because we have memorials for the 41 and the suicide, but we don't have anything for the guys we lose in training, which is, fuck, it must be a substantial number by now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I think it's probably well, I can't tell you off the top of my head, but
Yeah,
it's a bit close.
I'd be making it up, but yeah.
Yeah, be close too. And we lost a lot of boys. Like even like in my time,
Yeah.
lost a few blokes. It was the parachute accident.
Yeah.
The Black Hawk went down.
Yeah.
So Peter Rutland was part of that.
Yeah.
So the Black Hawk went down, and then
Tiger.
the Tiger went down just recently.
Then you got Max Nugent and the boys up in Townsville.
Yeah. So sad, man, but it's a thing, isn't it? It's like we all train and we all want to represent and we sign the dotted line for our nation. And we want to, we want to defend. But at the same time is that we do know that these the things we have to do are pretty extreme in a sense. And so there are at times that there could be casualties based on training.
Yeah, 100%. It's all that high flying, air stuff, parachuting, helicopters, planes, boats, you got amphibious stuff, you got live ammunition, you got live explosives. So it's not just your run-of-the-mill fucking job. It's dangerous.
I was like in tag, man. We lost a bloke in tag because it's become, I guess, maybe I wouldn't say complacent, but I suppose so, because obviously every day, here's your mags, here's your pistol, here's your rifle, like all that sort of stuff. Like these are all like blanks. So we're training, here's your blanks, blah, blah, blah. So you just go, yep, these are my blanks. But unfortunately, sometimes where there was a miss where we actually had it in, it was a normal bullet and a live round, and one of the dudes got shot. Like,
really?
Yeah. So it's like, right. So then you got to now, after that was literally like everything rolls out like when you go to training, right? All the ammo and like as anal as possible. Like, yeah. That's there's it's all plastic. There's all neutral rounds,
on range and off range, and search everything.
So
yeah, right.
But yeah,
TAG, Tactical Assault Group East. You did a bit of stuff with them over the years.
Yeah. So it's part of the Cafe Siege.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which was
We were watching as the
bingo. we were all of our vehicles were all like on the outskirts. Like there's the cafe right there. We were based just here, going rightio.
let us at them.
We'll let it go. But oh no, we'll use the special police to do the job. And what happened? Then obviously I'll make like suicide himself anyway. So anyway.
You got
Good old Cafe Siege.
Yeah. The people don't really have much of an understanding of TAG and TAG's role. Like everyone's saying with the Bondi shooting, why wasn't TAG there and stuff? It's like,
I know.
Shit happens. Like
it was right there. Like literally, there's the unit. There's Bondi.
Yeah.
Like literally, just drive down there real fast and get there.
What's the why do you think that wouldn't happen? You have to. Are people like sitting around like at a fire station waiting for a call, or how's sort of TAG work?
Yeah, that's it, pretty much, mate. Yeah, everyone's suited up. You're always suited up. So choppers are right there. Vehicles are all lined up. So that's what you do. But again, you become complacent, I suppose, sometimes because you're just like, yeah, right, I go in there, have me brew, everything's set up, or let's good to go. Like here's, your rifle. It's in the whole lot. It's all there. But again, you become complacent in a sense, like, yeah, whatever, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's
It's
gonna happen
Australia.
until like you go, right, we need to do a political like show and tell.
Hmm.
So I'm like going, right, get the fucking cars. Right, it's this show and tell. Okay, politicians, let's go. So we drive around. Black Hawks flying around with us. How cool are we?
Roping on the boats and stuff.
Yeah, no big deal.
You what rank were you? Were you in a leadership role in this?
Snake sergeant. Yeah.
Had more administrative sort of stuff, or are you doing exactly the same job?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Still
Not
shooter.
Not like the rest of the army.
No, still shooter, mate. Because you got your bricks. So you got like you got your private, lance, and then your corporal. And then so you got a brick like that, and then you got the snake, and then another 3 dudes. And then the warriors obviously still in control.
Okay. That's your
You got 3, yeah.
that's your,
three-man
that's your little crew that you kick doors in with.
Yeah, little bricks.
Cool. So what was the catalyst that obviously you're saying your marriage didn't work? Did that end while you're still in, or
So you know,
your marriage
my marriage.
that ended before you left, or
No,
after?
no. Yeah, that was after.
So what was the catalyst that made you want to leave?
The wife, and just had baby Jordan.
Oh, so you chose the family.
Yeah. So did that. Moved out to the Gold Coast, and then 18 months later got divorced.
She was when you're not home all the time, then all of a sudden you're home all the time.
Well,
Was it something like that, or just because you had so much going on?
just couldn't find a job. Like I was just like, sort of like I just left my family. And I'm like, here I'm on the fucking Gold Coast.
Oh, you left your military family?
Yeah. So I'm like, fucking right, here I'm on the Gold Coast. I'm like,
What now?
Dev's like, you need to get a job, you need to do this. And I'm going, but then you got, here's your, the girls, you got to take them. And I went, right, so I'll do some shopping. Yeah, good to go. Like, I'm just
just a regular old dad.
just a regular old dad.
Get a little pot belly, a little dad bod.
I did have one, mate. Fuck, I was drinking flat out, mate. I was drinking a lot of piss. So, so anyway, like I did that for a bit. And I was like, that's fine. I was just taking the kids to school and everything else. And like Deb was, she was working with her own private job. It was called Shop Angels. So she's creating that. So Shop Angels is like one of the original, so it was like eBay, Amazon. But so Shop Angels, it was one of the original kind of like online shopping outfits from like in, early 2000 and 2016, 2016 I think it was, She created that 2015, 16 was she created that Shop Angels thing.
Yeah, right.
Online shopping.
Never. It's for girls stuff or just everything?
Shop Angels was pretty much anything, yeah. Like so. So anyway, she did that for a bit, which is cool. And then,
did you end up finding a job?
Well, I went and had a look at the mining industry. Did a trial, I suppose, with that, and then I just couldn't freaking comprehend how lazy dudes can be lazy as fuck. I'm like in the truck, and I'm like, fucking right. What do we, don't worry about it. We'll just let it, this thing. So yeah, but we just set up like lines. We're gonna do, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna breach. They're gonna blow up that. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good, mate. Just I'm like, what are we doing all fucking day? Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. So I couldn't, and I looked at it. Just think about it now. Fuck, I could do it right now. Easy peasy, no problem. But I just left the tribe as a shooter to move to the Gold Coast and going, fucking all right. Like,
It's gone from that high tempo
yeah.
life to the exact
To this like
complete opposite.
to doing like explosives and detonation stuff. I'm going, and then this is not doing anything for me, man. So then I got word of like, speaking with a bunch of the boys, and there's like contracting gigs and stuff like that. And I went, oh, you fucking right, here we go. Now we're talking. So it was a Canadian company called Garda World. So they were hiring digs to go work in Kabul at the Australian Embassy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can do that. So I ended up signing up, got the job, and so I was driving armored vehicles around with the politicians through Kabul, and then so it was like the US Embassy, the the French Embassy, the US, the Aussie Embassy. So I was just driving.
Got your body armor and your guts back?
Yep, pretty much. Yes. yes.
Is it all mainly veterans that are doing the job?
Yeah. It's a bunch of the boys who did that. So I was doing that for a bit, and then that was fly in, fly out yarns. So then obviously, there's Deb, like thinking that, way back I was like going to be a stay-at-home dad.
And he's gone back to exactly the same job with a different boss.
Bingo. So then obviously she was like, oh, because also, I was just, it's all right. It's contract. It's just fly in, fly out. I'm good to go. Couple of months back, reset.
Was it like 2 months on, 1 off or something?
Yeah. So anyway, so we did that, and then I guess the decision was that this is not good for the family again. And I'm like, fucking right. So in the end, like, I cooked off a bit, had a bit of a mental breakdown, and then decided I was going to go and cycle around through Europe and everything else. So with a couple of boys that I work with. So it's called
Lycra Brigade.
Bingo.
Pushies.
Yeah. So it was, it's a US, like, it's a rehab kind of thing they do, cycling. So it's called Ride to Recovery.
Okay.
So I did that Ride to Recovery stuff, which is kind of cool. It's in Germany, through the Netherlands into Germany. Amazing. So that was a good little gig to enjoy and, have a bit of a blast with and that sort of stuff. And then after that, I won't go through too much information. However, got home and things went south pretty quick after that with the Deborah and I. So the Deborah. So ended up had a bit of a breakdown and had some issues, and obviously wasn't faithful. So I guess when you get caught out being not faithful, so therefore it was like, instead of going through, well, there's the thing, I was like, oh, fuck this, I've had enough.
Is your way of dealing with it.
Bingo. As opposed to, you could have had like marriage counselling and everything else. But again, it was like nagging at me. I was like, oh, fuck this, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I pulled the pin.
Sounds like you're sort of trying to find ways to keep yourself at distance as well from getting a job overseas, FIFO to contracting to cycling around Europe and basically doing everything you can not to stay at home.
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that?
I guess, well, just, because obviously it was just a lot of, I don't know. I just couldn't cope. I was just like angry, frustrated, like got little babies crying, and which is, that's the normal. But for me, I was just like going overthinking and just mentally fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Your brain was still operating at high tempo. And
Yeah.
Trying to deal with the mundane of life.
On their normal bullshit now. Which just doesn't float my boat. So therefore, then I ended up, we just ended up like pretty much separated in a sense. And I was like, fucking righto. So then I found a job in Abu Dhabi. So I was like,
What are you doing over there?
I'm out. So I was an instructor over there, training special forces there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with
They're special forces.
yeah. So it was with
What's the quality like?
Garda World, huh? Oh, Shamal Solutions.
What's their quality like?
They're Emiratis. They just like,
So enough said of.
they just cruise along and get things done in a sense like that. So it's interesting because I remember when I first got I got the job and I got in there and I started like sort of like throwing a bit of like discipline or this is the idea, this is going to do this and this and this and the Emiratis and their diggers are just like sort of like that. And there was a couple of the boys are going, dude, stop. And I went, right. So I went, right. You're not an Australian fucking soldier anymore. You're a fucking contractor and you're an instructor.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
be nice to them.
just train them and that's it. And I went, right. They don't talk about fucking discipline or anything else. I'm like, just your job is to train them to shoot straight. I'm like, okay. So there was like, going, cool. I can wind down a couple of steps. And I'm like going, I can work with this because then you got Ramadan time, like so. Plus the salary was really good, so I had the flexibility to do a bit of travel and everything else as well. So brought my girls in, so I flew them across to Abu Dhabi and went to the little water worlds and stuff like that. So got them on Ferrari World, So sort of I flew them over to sort of check out like Abu Dhabi and Dubai, So there's little trips and stuff like that, and then in between all of that, me like splitting and leaving Deb. Well, the thing was, this is where this connection is, right? Is that when I was in doing the ride to recovery stuff, there's this bird called Jennifer. All right, so she's a US Army chick from way back, Iraq girl and everything else, right? So anyway, we had a bit of a good chat and a nice little connection, I suppose. So I was like, hey, she's a good chick. She's a nice, good looking bird. So I was like, too good to be true. I said, right, we're going to have a couple of drinks. And therefore I got to share the room after a few beers.
This is a home wrecker.
So I'm a home wrecker.
She was a home wrecker.
Yeah, well, I'm the home wrecker. So therefore, got home and then obviously then I got in trouble. So then she managed to pull the pin. You're out, Justin. And I'm like, okay. Peace out. So
Yeah.
that's me being a naughty boy.
Gotcha.
Naughty boy.
So a lot of that high flying, like, I guess the commando sort of mentality of, always sort of chasing that dragon and of doing excitement and adventure and all that sort of stuff, right? Seems like that's your life story is a whole tale of that, just
chasing
something, chasing that dragon, as we say.
Yeah, and so chasing that dragon was when I started, like when I was living in Abu Dhabi, because I enjoyed racing dirt bikes and road bikes and stuff like that from, when I was a boy. So anyway, so I got me Ducati, brought up from Australia, got it brought up to Abu Dhabi.
How much money were you making?
A little bit. A little bit. So I was track racing in Abu Dhabi. And so here we go. So literally got the bike, got it in.
This is 2017.
Yeah. So got the bike, good to go. Rode it. Everything's good to go. And then I was racing one day and had a bit of a stack. And then I fractured my shin. So I fractured it. So I was like, all right. So I'll tape it up. Should be right. So then a couple of weeks later, like, I suppose the bike was supposed to be all right because the mechanics and everything else had a look at the bike and they said, yeah, it should be right. So anyway, but I wasn't.
Which shin?
Because I already broke my shin, my left shin.
Gear change?
Yeah. So, sort of. Anyway, because literally, you know, we can podcast this shit because clearly I'm a fucking clown, right? That's recorded. I'm a fucking clown, right? So, a couple of weeks later, right, bike's good to go. Yeah, I'll tape up your fucking shin. I'm good to go. So I raced again, and then it locked up pretty hard.
Shindig.
No, the bike
bike.
shut up. Yeah, the bike locked up. So coming in at 240k an hour on the main straight, locked the bike, as you do, catch a slide. So I caught the slide, and at 240, I was like, me just linked with the bike, and it was a bounce, and it hit the wall. So that's why I broke my collarbone, my shoulder, my femur, a lung, 3 parts of my brain are dead. I mean, my collarbone. Yeah, sorry. It was about 50% of your body.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so she's good to go.
Do you remember
No.
someone told you? Was it videoed or anything? Or?
Yeah, well, there was, but I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking see that shit. Some of the boys were like, you want to see it? No, it's all good. So I live with it. I don't need to record. I don't need to fucking see it. It's all in my head about being a dumbass. So shouldn't have raced that day.
You racing people or just doing track times?
Tractor, yeah. Timings.
So what happened from there? You got fucking rushed to hospital, obviously, and
Yeah, they stabilised me in Abu Dhabi. And then for whatever reason, they actually flew me back from Abu Dhabi, the hospital, stabilised me, and then flew me across to the Bureau in Brisbane, which is the Brain Injury Recovery Unit.
oh really?
Mm-hmm. The Bureau.
What was the time between stabilising you and flying you back? A couple of weeks, or
Yeah, a couple of weeks, yeah. And so then I got to, like, I hadn't even finished all the surgery either. So, well, they stabilised me to get me across. And then from there, then they went through and did more surgery and everything else. I mean, like, I had to redo my femur. So then there's like,
are you all fucking casts and pins and all sorts of shit at this point?
Yeah.
What's the first memory of after the accident?
It's a good question. What is the memory? The only memory I do have was when I came out of like my coma. Jennifer was there, Deborah was there, my girls were there, and my brother was there. Sean.
In
In the
Abu Dhabi,
the Bury Hospital.
Oh, so your first memory is back in Brisbane?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fuck, how was that?
Fucking, I was like going, I thought I was in Abu Dhabi.
1 minute you're on a racetrack, next minute you're in fucking Brisbane.
Yeah, next minute, yeah, around.
Holy shit.
So I was like going, when am I going back to work? And I'm like, fucking cooked, mate. And they're like, you're not going anywhere. And I went, fucking just, when am I going back to work? I'm like, got rods and shit going through my fucking leg. I'm all taped up. You're not going anywhere. And I went, fucking righto. Then, like, obviously my head was like bandaged up and I was like going, what the fuck's that all for? Didn't realise that, like, they actually drilled a hole in my head to get the blood out. So again, I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Had to remove parts of your brain.
It's already gone anyway. So I guess I think the reasons why they drilled a hole in my head was because of my brain was bleeding.
Yeah.
So to reduce the pressure from your brain, they had to drill a hole in your head to get the blood out. So it squirts out.
Drain it.
And drain it. So
yeah, it doesn't explode. Yeah, you can see the divots and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, there's my skull's like flat like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was it. That stabilised that. And then I was in a coma in and out as well, just to stabilise me because I had to like bolt my femur together.
Keep doing surgeries.
Mm-hmm. So that was that. So this was almost 18 months.
In hospital?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, because I had to learn how to walk, talk and speak as well. So I was in the what's the name of the fucking joint? When you're in the start of like you finish surgery and you're in the top of the hospital where you're recovering. I suppose. Like, and then you stabilize you and you move downstairs. So,
Like into the wards.
yeah, the wards, yeah. So then after that,
That became your home for a year and a half.
yeah. So it was interesting because you got your doctors coming through and the nurses and everybody else, and they're like, I'm not going, I'm full mong, just going, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're like fully drugged up the whole time.
Yeah, in a sense. But then lovely later, I guess when they stabilize you, then you got the doctors and you got the nurse, especially the doctors and like the specialists, the brain doctors and everything else. They're asking me all these questions about like, what day is it? What's your name? What's your address? All these basic questions. And I was like, I got nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I should have been, I was like pretty much brain dead and I should have been brain dead, yeah.
So when did it all start coming back?
Months. Yeah, so I was in and out of a coma for a while because I was like not stabilized properly. But after that, like I said, man, it took me a good close to 18 months, I suppose, to then get something back. That's why I went from the hospital to then the rehab. That was in Cannon Hill. So that was speech therapy, occupational therapy, social worker, PD, all that sort of stuff, like OT. So I was in there for almost another, what was it, 8 months, 10 months to stabilize me to get to a point. And then from there, then they moved me to what's known as like supported accommodation.
Yeah.
Because most of them are like, some of the like all ex-drug heads and shit like that. Like, so it was just like this community of just fuckheads.
Oh, yeah.
So I was living in these because I didn't have a pension. I was on Centrelink payments.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's fucking paying? Who's paying for all this?
Centrelink.
Who's paying for the OTs and all that shit?
That would have been based on the money that was taken from the Centrelink. Like I said, I got nothing. I was literally on like about $100. That was it. So the rest was going to.
So it's like public hospitals and government payments.
Yeah. So then my brother was a power of attorney as well. So anyway, that's a different story altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Man, that's a pretty fucking tragic story to be such a high-flying fucking commando sergeant living, doing all these high-level operator roles into
Crash and burn.
Supported accommodation with settling fucking payments.
Crash and burn. So it's like this is the thing now, man. Okay, here we go. I'll be fucking direct and to the point. I don't give a fuck anymore. I give a fuck when it has to, but most of the time I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. So when I met you in 2018, that was literally a year after.
Oh, you are? Yeah.
And you were an angry dude back then. And now I can see why. Fucking hell, how could you not be angry to be dealt that card?
Yeah, there you go.
Far out, dude. That's heavy.
Yeah, dude. So that's why I've tried to fucking wind some of it down these days, man. Hence the reason why I just said before, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Tired of giving a fuck.
Acceptance, I guess. So in that, I guess in the last 9 years, you've gone to DVA because you wouldn't have gone and you got your white card and all that sort of shit sorted when you were over doing contracting roles and all that sort of shit.
No, man.
So you've literally started the DVA journey way after all this has happened.
Yeah, back in 2019, 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
2020. So then I got a payout, which is cool. So DVA accepted some of the, all the conditions and everything. But then, which is cool. So now I'm under, then finally, it was only like just last year, finally got a retrospective discharge.
Okay.
So that's a massive win.
Oh, because you voluntarily separated.
Correct.
Because of whatever else was going on in your life.
Correct. So again, I'm not, you can't, this is the thing, man. Sometimes you want to piss and moan about DVA because it can be an ass fuck, right? But comp super as well. But At the same time, is that, you know, I need to be fucking blessed in the sense that they then paid me out based on my injuries and service and everything else from defense. However, you know, I wasn't in the military when I had my accident, not the main accident. Right? I was outside of the service, right? But obviously, then that's why we did the retrospective discharge stuff, which is a hurdle in itself to navigate through all of that. But in the end, like, I've got it, which is it's almost like your sergeant's rank salary.
Yeah.
Without the special operations allowances and everything else. So
That's good.
it's a good little deal. And then obviously, which is amazing. Again, like I can't complain at all. Like when it comes to like some sort of finances and stuff like that. Like so, then DVA, then I'll be getting like a pension from DVA as well after the next fiscal year. So, which is cool. So then I'll have DVA and then Com Super.
Yeah.
They'll overlap, which is in the next fiscal year, which is cool. It's amazing.
Looking after you, yeah.
Because I remember, I did when I got the lump sum payment, which is crazy, which is awesome, was that what happened was because I was getting paid my DVA pension, right, and disability pension, and then I was also getting the Com Super payments, right? And so I was like, oh, right, that's all right. When I was doing the maths, I went, something's not right here. So then they, when they do the final, when I did last year's tax, they did the calculations and they said, oh, you overpaid by DVA. So I was like, going, okay, cool. Because like I said, I got no idea.
Yeah.
So then next minute, they said, well, because you did a retrospective discharge, it was back in 2015. So then they pay you from 2015 till like, say, last year or 2 years ago, right? So then they calculate that much money that you should have had whilst in service. So that's cool. I went, look at that money. And there's a big dollar value there.
Yeah, then you get the
then I went,
tax bill and stuff.
Well, not even that. Well, there was tax. However, what happens is then they calculate, well, you got your pension, DVA pension back in 2019, 2020. So then therefore, I was supposed to be getting my Com Super payment before then. So then it overlaps. So the math. So therefore, I had to repay back DVA because I should have been getting my Com Super payment from back in 2016 or 17, whatever it was. So it's crazy, eh? So that's what they did. The maths does. Well, it works for them. Well, that's a government entity. It's a government entity, right?
I've heard of this happening with people.
So then, therefore, there goes like a whole chunk. When I went, right, I could buy a house.
Yeah.
Next minute.
But it's like we're going to give you this massive payment, but now we need to take out this much, and this much.
Yep.
So you get much, but you still get something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there was like, there was well over freaking couple. It was like almost 200 something grand that I'd pay back DVA.
Yeah.
So then you look at it and go, that's fine. So now that's what I'm looking forward to. I hope that I'll be getting like a service pension from DVA, like I said, after the next fiscal year. So recalibrating that, which would be good to go because it means like I'll be financially sorted, which means therefore I can then clear my debts. And then hopefully in the next couple of years, I'll have saved enough money to then buy like a unit or something like that. I don't know. Or I can just reinvest money. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Like you were saying that they look after you. Like if you had only ever worked in the mines and then you had this motorbike accident, like you'd probably still be on Centrelink.
Oh yeah, totally. Again, like I'm blessed in that sense. I'm very lucky that, like as you know, there's the negative about DVA and people want to like play the game, but then you think to yourself, well, like I said, some people have like gone through Kapooka and they've stubbed their fucking toe and they get like a payout. You know what I mean? Like, so this is where it's over. There's this bunch of like grunts and truckies and other dudes who have served in the Gan, Iraq. They're all fucking cooked, right? And then they're struggling to actually get a fucking payout.
Yeah, because the system's so
The
clogged.
system's
yeah.
fucked. Yeah, well, that's it. It's clogged.
Hmm.
So it's like, so therefore I'm like, again, I can't complain too much, but it's frustrating as well to see how it's overloaded.
Yeah, how long it takes to get help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in their defense, they're doing everything they can, and you're like, they helped you out with incapacity until they sorted things out and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they do a good thing. Yeah, you're right. The system is fucking clogged, and they're making some pretty fucking brutal changes at the moment. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I noticed. Yes, you got, it's going to
$5,000 cap,
be.
which is insane. The $5,000 allied health cap.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like if you do psych once a fortnight,
Yeah.
it won't even get you through a full year.
No, that's right. Yeah, I just read that the other day. I was like, "Fuck the fuck," because you got your physio,
Yeah, chucking
sports
your physio, your EP,
EP.
maybe you see a podiatrist once every 6 months,
Yeah.
and psych, and you run out of your cap in about 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
See how that fucking plays out.
No, that's gonna be another riot, another DBA riot.
Yeah.
But again, it's. I was just listening to that. Sammy and I were having a yarn, like we were just talking about the other day, and she's very good at breaking down all this sort of stuff. And obviously they're just going, I'm like overwhelmed again. I'm like going, you fucking kidding me again?
Yeah.
Like why am I getting fisted again? I'm like, for fuck's sake, man! Like,
Yeah.
throw me a bone, mate.
I'm sure there'll be exceptions. There'll be like at the moment you need a referral for every 12th session for allied health, but you can get a critical care plan if you need it, so you don't have to go back and get referrals. I'm sure there'll be something like that for people that actually need it.
Yeah.
Because, with that system that they've implemented, or they're going to implement next year, it's not going to fucking work.
No. You got the Merca, Durka, and Berserk. Like the Merca and the Durka are combining to one. Durka, Berserker. So I think 1st of July, whatever it is supposed to be like clock's ticking there. That's when everything merges together. I suppose with like 1st, 2nd of July.
Yeah, that'll change the whole payout system and stuff as well.
Yeah, so.
Anywho. So with your, you have officially TBI?
Yeah.
So how does that affect your life now?
It's good, but at the same time, I'm like trying to find something to fucking do as opposed to just training. Got my garden, everything else, but I was doing. I signed in for the men's shed, so that's cool. So I'll go. So I'm a member of. I can do the men's shed every like once a week or whatever it is. So when I get everything else, other rubbish sorted out, then because the men's shed's literally just around the corner from where I live. So I'll go back there and muck around with like some wood and, put hands on, and that's why I enjoy doing that sort of stuff. So
yeah, nice. My question more about the brain injury. Does it affect your how does it affect your day to day? Does it like memory and does it affect anything else, functioning stuff?
No, it's just memory, which is frustrating because it's just fucking shit just walks over the top of my head. I'm like, fuck's sake. And people go, I told you this. And I'm going, oh, fucking no, but it's just gone. That's why I use my phone all the time. Like,
that's good. You come up with strategies.
Yeah, I've got the strategy. So, but again, it is frustrating, especially like sometimes, some people just have no idea that I have a fucking brain because you can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so people go, you're right. And I'm like, because I'll get fucking disorientated or miss a conversation or whatever it is. Like, sometimes I remember, like, with Sam and a fucking friend in a tribe, we're having in between all this conversation stuff like that. And then I kind of like, they're having this other additional conversations, everything else. And I'm like trying to link and feed in with the rest of that. And I'm going, fucking right. And then I'm going, oh, but I remembered what I was talking about 30 minutes ago. And then I'll say my bit and they go, Justin, we've already spoke about that. And I went, fucking right.
I've only just caught up.
Yeah.
Slow
Pretty
down.
much. yeah, mate. So then I get called Timmy. Fucking Timmy.
Timmy.
Timmy. That's me alter ego, mate. Timmy.
Timmy from South Bank.
Yeah, bingo. Fucking Timmy. So again, like I said, dude, I can joke about this shit, right? Because ages ago, man, I was losing, I'll still cook off a bit, but I was so fucking angry, so frustrated, from destroying myself. So you're a massive dickhead.
Angry at yourself.
Yeah. Coulda, woulda, should've, like, listened to everybody else. But because I guess the other thing was, man, obviously during that phase, I was just like fucking, I guess I was narrow-minded. I was just like, I didn't give a fuck. I was just like in that fucking anger, hate mode and just go, regardless of the situation or the circumstances. So
And what's helped you get to the piece you're at today?
the wake-up call of getting fucking smashed to pieces going, righto, dickhead. Try and calm down now. So, but again, it's frustrating because I get pissed off and frustrated because I can't remember everything all the fucking time as well.
Yeah.
So there's the balance between, but, it's a lesson learned again. So sometimes I go, oh, fucking right, dude, just suck it the fuck up. Just.
In those last sort of 8 years, I sense you've been recovering from the.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you've got better and you've come to peace with it all.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest thing to help you get to where you are now?
Just focus on training, man.
Just fucking guns for the holes.
Bingo. Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do for training?
I've got like I'm the EP stuff, so I do 2 days in the gym and then swim and it's good to go. So I'll have to find an indoor swimming joint now because I'll swim and then I ride. So that's my Monday to Friday is ride, gym, swim, ride, gym, swim, ride. That's my thing.
Yeah. You compete in like triathlons?
I was, well, not anymore, man. I did City to Gold Coast races a couple of times. So century races. Did a couple of those. And then I did what else did I compete in? I did the Invictus Games.
Oh, yeah.
Germany. So I did swimming, I did wheelchair basketball and cycling.
Nice.
So I finished, 10th in the cycling out of about almost 40.
How far?
There was a time trial and then crit race. So the time trial I finished 12th in the time trial. So that's 2 laps.
Yeah.
And then the criterium, I finished 10th, which isn't too bad. So the speed was around 56 k's an hour.
Fuck.
Flying. So yeah.
Still living that fast life.
56. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Still going as fast as you can.
Yeah, dude.
You been back on a motorbike?
Nah. Oh. Yes and no. This is being recorded. I'm not going to say yes or no.
Don't tell anyone.
I'm trying, but squirrel. No, I was like, yeah, one of my mates, John Dwayne, he's got like a couple of like Harleys and then there's like a dirt bike and still that. So it's like, all right, give me a fucking rip.
Yeah.
So that was like ones, and then I think I was telling fucking Sam and I got, caught up with her. I said, oh, fucking John's got his bikes and everything. I went for a run. She goes, what do you mean? I went, oh, babe, so just quick squirt and freaking, she goes, the fuck are you doing that for? I'm like, fucking right, eh? Oh, I'll do more secret scroll shit.
Just don't tell it. But, what about the veteran community? Are you still hold that sort of fond memories for that time of your life?
With the
As like your time in the army and your time in SF, do you hold that as a fond memory? Or?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
Till, like I saw you at the 42 for 42 lunch the other day, so obviously you're still kicking around veterans and stuff.
Yeah. So we got the Commando Association every quarter we catch up.
Yeah.
down at Redcliffe.
Yep.
Near ourselves.
Yeah.
So we catch up and have a yarn outside of jazz. So, but there's obviously, you look through the calendar and everything else of what's going on. Like there's like, we got oh fuck's sake. Anyway, inshallah, should be right. I'll get it later on. You know what? That's what's going to happen. Like, we'd be talking some other random bullshit, which I do, and then next minute I'll remember what the fuck I was talking about like before. So.
All right. All good.
All good in the hood. Yes.
Cool, mate. Well, you have lived quite the life, brother.
You reckon so?
Quite the life.
Yeah.
Nah, boring.
Just normal day.
Fucking
Just a standard fucking.
15 years in SF and special forces and fucking traveling the world, private security and racing bikes in Abu Dhabi and recovering from a life-changing accident.
Event.
Yeah. How you feeling now? How's everything? How's life?
Oh, it's just fucking dandy, bro.
Mate, how do you go with all your injuries with your training? Are you sort of back to?
Nah, man, it is what it is, man. You just
work around it.
Suck it the fuck up, buttercup. But again, like
Just blast some heavy metal music and fucking pump the iron.
Yeah, that's it. Nah, man, like, this is the thing, dude. Like, literally, man, just even the last couple of days, man, like I was like even riding, I was like, my knees are just fucking done too. So I'm like, fuck's sake. So literally, I need to get like 2 knee replacements. Right, my cankle's still broken. Like I need to replace my cankle as well. So I'm like in this position now because I was like, I had put in my mindset, right? I was like coming up to July, like my birthday, right? So I was going to do like a 2,000 meter swim, right? And then I was going to do 100 kilo bench press, right? And then I was going to do a 100 kilometer cycle, right? That's the 3 days before my birthday, right? Happy fucking 50th birthday for me.
Mm.
But I'm like, even just the other day, I was like fucking training a bit and I was like, my knees are fucked. My cankle's fucking no good. And I'm like going, how the fuck can I do this, man? And I'm like going.
Obviously, you got that warrior mindset where you're trying to find a way around. I feel like if your knees are fucked, you'd still be doing bench press and pull ups and stuff.
Yeah, I would. But the thing is, like, when my knee, like just the other day, I was like, I was at Sam's place and I was walking down the steps and my knee just fucking collapsed, mate. Just went poof.
All right.
Yeah, I fucking hit the wall. So I'm like going, fucking right. That's why I was today or, this morning and last night I was like elevation, heat, cold, elevation. So, yeah.
Doing what you need to do.
Yeah, so it just went dunk, game over. So there's the thing, like going, these are all my wannabe, look at my goals, cycling, this and that. But I'm like, my body's just saying, fuck you. Fuck you. So,
that's good. At least you got goals.
I've got some goals, yes, but I think now the aim of the game now is to freaking rebuild my shit. So then, because then I'm going to do, if I do my knees, it'll be almost about 3 months of rehab. Right. So then do I want to then go and do the other knee, which is another 3 months. So that's 6 months of rehab.
Yeah. You call 2027 your rehab year.
Rehab year. I think so. Because again, like I said, I'm fucking, I just collapsed like the other day. I'm like going, okay.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, right.
It's time.
Well,
But like you push yourself to the limit. You find the limit.
You'll find it, yeah.
I'll find the limit, mate. So,
yeah. No, it's cool, man.
So.
Unfortunate, but honestly, I feel like you have that mentality to overcome these things. Life's thrown some pretty heavy obstacles at you, and you always like
bounce back.
Yeah, you bounce back. You you keep on charging.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I can fight through, mate. Fight through.
Warrior mentality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll call this podcast.
Yeah. Warrior mentality.
Yeah, good on you, brother.
So yeah, man, like that's the thing. So I think I'll just pull the pin on you know, those goals, I think. I just like focus now on just surgery,
That's your new goal, is to
get it done. Yeah, because
smash a rehab.
Yeah, I think I'll do. I think I will because I've been holding on to it way too long, man. Like it could have been done like fucking 2 years ago to get my knees done. And I was like, I'm fucking nah, man. I'll be right.
Yeah.
I'll be right.
David Goggins it. Just fucking strap him up and keep running.
Yep, bingo. So anyway, so that was yesterday was the wake up call again. Fucking when I fucking fell over, I went boom. I went, oh god, right, okay. Body wins. Mine, your mind's different to your body.
Yeah.
Your mind is always like in your head. You're going, fucking, I can do anything. I'm bulletproof. But your body says, you are a broken fucking digger and you deserve to be fucking punished because you thrashed yourself too much.
Yeah. Well,
So here's some tissues.
fuck slowing down, eh?
Yeah, no, fuck that, mate. Never slow down, man.
No,
Never slow down, dude. Keep fucking going, man. Just keep going.
that's it.
Yeah.
Cool, bro. Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you very much.
good
Much
chat.
appreciated.
I enjoyed learning about that life story. I'm sure people like to hear it too.
Yeah, sure. Listen to my fucking rambling bullshit.
He's going to hear one of me talk shit.
What?
Hear me talk shit.
How good is my bullshit?
Cool, bro. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, champion. Peace out.
Oos.
Keep it real. Thanks, champ.
The Grey Man Podcast is a veteran-run platform dedicated to sharing authentic experiences from current and former service members. These stories are shared to foster connection, understanding, and support within the veteran community. Episodes may contain raw, emotionally charged content that some listeners may find distressing. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the Grey Man Podcast, its host, or affiliated partners. The Grey Man Podcast assumes no liability for any statements, opinions, or representations made by guests during interviews or discussions.